Hi there, students. Curfew. Curfew. Okay, a curfew is a law, a rule, a regulation that requires people not to be on the street, to be inside their homes at certain times. So there is a siren at 8 p.m. which indicates the curfew starts. And you've got to be inside your house. And then at 8 a.m, maybe the siren goes again to say the end of the curfew. Curfews are very often used by governments to maintain public order during a wartime or to stop the spread of a disease. So at the moment there is a kind of curfew here. Okay, a curfew. Very often as well people propose curfews for certain age groups. People under 25 must not be out after midnight, for example. Okay, in the US they use this word very often with kids. So the parents of a 14-year-old say, you must be home by 10 p.m. Your curfew is 10 p.m. You've got to be back home by 10. Yeah? So they also use this, although in British English using the word curfew like this, I wouldn't normally do it. This is much more American. So you've got to be home by 10 o'clock. Or I'll be very angry. Yeah? A curfew, but in the US. Okay, the origin of this word is really quite interesting. It comes from Old French, curfew. Cur coming from couvre, to cover. And few, fire. So it literally means cover your fires. Now, apparently, in the 11th century, William the Conqueror, a Norman, a Frenchman, who was King of England, ordered that all fires should be covered at 8 o'clock in the evening. They should be put out. And this was to stop the accidental spread of fires to the buildings, because in those days everything was made of wood or timber and would burn really easily, and they had problems with terrible fires. Okay, so curfew, cover, fire. It's time to put your fires out and go to bed, guys. Okay, and that's the idea of curfew. So what about formality? A curfew, as in you've got to stay at home, a law, I think it's probably neutral, maybe ever so slightly formal, a 6 out of 10. But you could use it in an informal conversation and in a formal document. So that's nice and flexible. I think the American idea of a curfew for your kids when they've got to come home, I would say this is slightly less formal. And maybe I'd give it 4.5 out of 10. If there are any Americans out there to disagree with me, please do so about the American formality of this type of curfew. Okay, so curfew. The time you've got to be home. The time you've got to be inside and you can't go out. From ancient French, or from French, cover your fires. So, have you got a curfew at the moment? If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Curfew.